So we have the body tub and its base coat, and we're going to go through and do the final clear coat on it. And the clear coat is just a it's a matte type finish, so it's not the real high glossy clear that you've seen in other projects. But needless to say, underneath there is the Line-X, and here's the color. And we'll run the clear coat. Once we get done with this big unit here, we're pretty much off to the races with assembly. All the other big ticket items have been painted in color, as you've watched. So it'll be on to assembly to get this thing going, hopefully for some summertime use for the client. All right, so today is a big day. We have the rolling chassis here, and we have the body, which has been completely painted, all done. Line-X, we've watched the process over several videos, and looks great. We'll union the body down onto the frame, which will allow us to then populate the interior and make it look like a Land Cruiser ultimately. So we're in the final throes of taking and putting it all back together. There'll be some plumbing, and we'll be driving this pretty soon. Okay, so we're in the final push of this project, and there are a number of great things going on, and one of the great things are the seats, and they just arrived. These are Cerullo seats. They are GT Sports, and they're custom made, and we've been working with Cerullo. Richard Cerullo, who has since passed on, his daughter Gina has taken over the company and doing remarkable things still. We are just thrilled to get these seats in. They're really kind of neat. They're a nice green stitch to kind of complement the color of the truck, and we've also had a set of jump seats made for this project as well. So the jump seats are also with the green stitch, and these are actually seats that we sent out to them. We sent them a pair of jump seats so they could pattern them, so they're making these for us specifically, which is just great. And the jump seats are you know, obviously we'll go in the back, front seats in the front, and everything will kind of match up. So you have the seats here in the wrapper still, but a lot of great things coming shortly. One of the things that is in the wrapper here, but just want to kind of show you before we put it on, is the spare tire carrier, as well as a cooler for the rack to go on. So there's a spare tire in the back, and then a cooler. The rack will go in there. It'll be a nice setup on the back of the truck. Here are the drive shafts for the project already done, ready to be installed as well. So. And there are a number of things going on here that we can get into some details. Obviously, we have the final paint. We have the stock roll cage that we're going with, been media blasted, painted, installed, painted in a satin flat type of, well, should I say satin black. We have the center console. We've ordered this up from Icon, and you know, it's a great center console. It's a little bit different than the Tuffy. It's wider. It allows you to run the TV screen, the double din there. Has lighting, a nice piston rod when you hold the door open. There's just a number of nice things. So we're basically using that in this particular project. You can see that the dash is coming along nicely, and the air conditioning unit that we selected is in there, or should I say the customer. The eidetic column, telescoping and tilt is in. The transmission tunnel cover is yet to go down on there because we're doing some final work underneath. It's just easier to work with it out there. And the front nose is starting to get mocked up as well. We can see the engine. Obviously, it's been there for a while, but having the nose around it looks super sharp. So it's pretty awesome to see this come together. And again, now it's just a plug and play. A lot of it's been mocked up. One of the last things we're doing is the seat bracketry. We're using stock seat bracketry because we didn't have the Cerullo seats to mock up at the time, and so those will go in shortly. Obviously the fuel tank will be there as well, but looking great, starting to look like a Land Cruiser finally. And again, assembly will go along pretty quickly once we get going with the tunnel cover back down, seats in, and this will allow us to populate the rest of the dash, etc., etc. Well, the FJ60 project is coming along. A lot of media blasting was done. We sent all the body parts out, doors, hood, things of that nature that are all in media blast. If I were to come over here, and on the other side we actually have the body of the truck, and not bad. We found a couple things that were surprising down in here. We had to cut out some rust holes on both sides, and we also have shown you how the dog leg is going to go here around that. That work is being done, and there's our donor panels here. and other panels that are going to be mocked up. But we're just taking care of some of this rust inside that we found and uncovered that we didn't expect when we pulled away the carpet. And after you kind of get at it, it really softens up. So it's in a project like this, you really have to do that. We've done these sections in the back here as well. That was a rough section. And we're also cutting out this section here. We're finding that inner wheel well is pretty decent in that quarter panel, which is good. So there's that. Also, here are the doors. Another door, been media blasted. Now we're just sanding it out. And other things that we're showing you, another door here as well. So a lot of the paint's been stripped off, with the exception of, say, the hard top and the jams and whatnot. So we'll show you also what's in the booth. Alright, so being away on vacation, a lot of things have happened with this particular project, and as you can see, boy, a lot of paint is complete, and we have the rear spare tire carrier and jerry can holder on. Looks super sweet. In the background you can hear Roxy Dog crying. But the green color looks super sharp. It's a flat matte type green, and we have our Cerullo seats, which are done with a nice stitch that is complementary to that. And we have our center console, and we also have the Alright, so when you go on vacation, a lot of things happen, and as you can see, we've had a pretty big jump as far as videos go. But needless to say, we have the final paint on most of the body products, and a lot of things populating the inside and outside. We can see we have our 4+ jerry can, spare tire carrier and cooler here in the back, mounted to the rear cross member, and roll cages in. Painted a flat semi-gloss black. Our Cerullo seats are in, and the Cerullo seats are GT Sport. That's a nice green stitch there to complement the body tub. We have mocked up our seats here with our fuel tank cover and seat brackets. We have our center console here by Jonathan Ward at TLC Icon, and we've ordered one of those. And of course, here's the dash. Pretty awesome dash with the AC unit, which is pretty graphic. It's a pretty nice unit that we've been installing, and here are the switches. We have the eidetic column in as well, and right there we have the 5-speed and the twin stick transfer case in as well there. The shifter's yet to go on. We have an Icon high lift jack bracket that goes here on the cowl, and we had all of the hardware sent out. There was a request to have all the hardware, which is metric, in black, so we had it all sent out and anodized in black, so that really pops off the hood. Hood is on, front fenders are on, and we have nice LED type of driving lights. Also in the grille, driving lights. So, some of the last things to be done, painting on the inside of those seat brackets, fuel tank cover, some tires and wheels will go on, and a few other populated items, but for the most part, we're getting very close to completion. And then we have the jump seats as well. Jump seats are just about done being reupholstered, and those will go in. Here's a lot of our black hardware all lined up and whatnot. We sent out a little extra to make sure we had enough for all the select pieces. Slowly but surely we populate this Land Cruiser back with parts. You can see that we have the spare tire carrier and cooler on the back for a Yeti. It is a 4+ product and it looks great. We have the jump seats finally upholstered and in. We have the front seats, which are the GT Sports by Cerullo, are in, and they look great along as bracketry. And a lot of the population behind the dash is still going on as far as wiring and things of that nature. But the nose has all been mocked up, and the body is all on, and we're populating the interior with a stock roll cage as well, and doing some wiring back here for the license plate bracket as well. There's a number of other little things going on. So needless to say, it's on again, off again as far as progress. We have the actual high lift jack the customer ordered with the brackets. That is a TLC Icon product that we ordered directly from Jonathan, which is great. And we just sourced another better, one that works actually, windshield wiper motor there. So needless to say, and I say it a lot, it's coming together, but rather slowly. But it looks great. It's a good look. We've gotten a lot of good compliments about the color. People come in and just love the color of the truck.